welcome back to Keep On Creating. I'm Mike and today we are jumping back into Printify. Woo! Hello fellow creators, so today we are jumping back into our Printify project where we are going to be taking that logo that we designed last week, the Crypto Celt Co. And I had to remember where we are, honestly. Anyway, so we're going to be taking that logo we designed last week. Now I have gone and added a few more logos, one which we're going to be using in this episode. We're going to be putting in on some products from the Printify store. So we're going to go quickly select a few items, show you guys how to actually put that onto products. And then we're going to be taking our Crypto Celt logo, that's the logo we created, creating a pattern out of it, so something we can tile, so we can just keep on repeating it and repeating and repeating it. It makes it cool for what we're going to be doing in this video. And what I'd like to say is thank you very much for all the likes and all the new subscribers. It's been great. Thanks very much for helping just promote this channel, getting out there. It means a lot to me for everything we put into the channel. It takes a lot to do these things, so all the likes and all the new subscribers, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. And if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Yes, it is down there. Smash the like button. As I said, it helps the channel out. And with all that out the way, let's just jump straight into this because it's going to be a little bit of a long one and we've got a lot of ground to cover. Let's do this. And let's jump right in and get Printify.com up. I have left an affiliate link for you guys down below. If you click on that, it's an affiliate link. It helps out. Right, so let's get Printify.com up. And it presents us with this another wonderful window of wonder. We are full of wonderful windows of wonder on this channel. I'm just going to jump into this pricing bit over here. So if I click on pricing up there, and we are looking for this free option here. Obviously we're just starting out in this, so I am just going to be using the free option because it allows us to have 5 stores per account, unlimited product designs. That's the one we're going to be wanting to do. So you will just click get started, and I'm sure we've signed up to enough forums and all sorts of things to know our capabilities. If we can draw a vector circle, I'm pretty sure we can sign up with another one of these. Now, just because it's free doesn't mean you don't get bang for your buck, even though you only pay when you actually place an order. You get a mockup generator, you get integration with web platforms. Yes, I am wearing socks. So you would go ahead and click get started, and up brings this window over here where you would add in your email address, you continue with Google, and that's what you would do. I'm just going to click sign in and sign in with the email address I have chosen. So I'm just going to sign in and wait for that to load up, and it presents us with this page here. So all we need to do is we've created the Printify accounts. That's what you would have just done. I probably talked long enough for you to actually set that up. Anyway, so you would just add your store name, which I have done. I have added Crypto Clothing Co. So you just click on that, add the name of your Crypto Clothing Co, add your personal details, and connect your store to start selling. This one we are going to walk through in the next episode. So you can see up here, I have got the store labeled at this moment. It says not connected because it's not connected to anything at this point. But one important thing we need to do is if we go across to settings, and then we can go to my stores, is it? And then we click on this little button right here, this little settings over here. I'm going to click on that, and we're going to say the ship from address. Now the ship from address is very important because everybody wants their purchase ASAP. As soon as that buy button is clicked, click, they want to hear the doorbell ring. So wherever you are looking to actually sell your product, so if you're looking to sell your product in the US, make sure that you select the US as your default shipping address, just because you're going to shorten that shipping time. If you're looking, for instance, to sell in Europe, make sure to select DE, which is Germany. It's a place in Europe. Okay, so that's probably the most important one at this point in time. If I figure anything else out with this, I will be sure to send you guys an update. Do not worry. Right, so what we're going to basically do here is we've set up the shop name, okay, which is the Crypto Clothing Co. You name yours whatever you want to name yours. Now, what I'd like to do is just pick 2 items for now. Just go through, we're going to do a pattern for one of them. So we're going to take our design that we did the last time, create a little pattern out of that, and then we're going to select something else with one of the new designs that I've done and put that in there. So what I was thinking, a cool pattern idea, what we could do is one, we could do socks. Okay, so I'm just going to click on socks and let's look for a pair of socks. So I think I like I'm going to go for a little bit more expensive for this one. So I'm going to go for the from 858, okay, from USD 661 with Printify Premium. So this price over here is the price that we're going to pay under the free option, okay. And obviously it's very basic here. It gives us the different views of the socks, so you can see what they're kind of going to be look like if they get printed, obviously with our design. It shows who's going to be printing this and their rating. So 9.5 out of 10. That's pretty good. Obviously it's showing from printed from the US. If you've selected a different region, this will be different over here. It's showing us the print price from and then the shipping price. So we just got to keep these things in mind. Obviously the average production time, 3.11 days. That's actually pretty good for a one-off item. So let's get into the start designing. So we're going to click here and start designing these. And now what's cool about this is it gives us like a basically a template here. If you look over here, it gives on the side over here, it actually gives some specs that you can use. But a really cool thing I liked about this is if you go up to this little arrow here, the download template, that's what we are looking for. So if we click on that download template, it'll start downloading that file. Mine's downloading. This, while that's downloading, I'm just going to go and select something else. So I am going to go, let's go to Home Decor and let's have a look here. So I'm trying to find something. Metal booth speaker, that could be pretty cool. I'm going to have a look at that one, and I am going to have a look at this wireless charger. So those two things could be quite interesting. So the print area, basically you can see how they've got their logo across here. So Printify, that could actually work quite well. I'm liking that one. And then this guy here, this wireless charger, I think that could actually be pretty cool because everybody uses these things. This is a bit of a top-end item. I like the fact, I'm just going to zip back. Oh, both of them have got very good print ratings up here with the printers that they're going to be using. And as I said, it's a high-end item, 34.33, and shipping from 450. 2.9 days for production, all over print and one size. We're going to go for this one. That'll work well, quite squarely with this design that I've been planning. So click on Start Designing. Brings up our area. I'm just going to go straight up here and download our templates. So you can see it's downloading there. Once they've downloaded, let's get them on our desktop and unzip them. Now we've got our two zip files here on our desktop, these guys here. I'm just going to quickly unzip them and get our files out that we want. So basically I am going to be looking for the vector files. So you can see it says AR here. That's the one we want, one of them. Okay, so I'm just going to drag that out to my desktop, unzip that one, and same for this AR file here. So you can see it does actually do a Photoshop version, but because our designs are actually in Illustrator, we'll just keep everything vector for now. I will go across to Photoshop and get them out though, because that's where we're going to end up, is making sure our files are to the right resolution, to the right size. You'll see in a second. Let's start off with this charger over here. So I'm going to open this charger in our Illustrator, just hit enter and enter to open it up. And you can see here, so just on a quick glance to explain what we're going to be doing here. So if we have a look, this is obviously the guide we've got. So the red area all the way around here, that's where our artwork must fill to. So we must go all the way to the edge here. This is the gray area, is the bleed area. So to explain what the bleed is, so the bleed is where basically a cut line is. So where if you wanted your image to basically print off the side, you need to extend it off. So when they cut it or do whatever they do to this, you don't get like a little white edge or the actual product color showing through. So you always want your color to go beyond this point over here. Even though you may lose it, sometimes it works out pretty well. So we'll do something with that. The print area, so this is going to be the actual up to this area, this is where the area will be printed, and this is going to be your safe area within here. So safe area, so if you've got anything, so like it says wireless charger, if you want to make sure that that gets printed and doesn't get chopped off, make sure it's within that area. Okay, so basics, resolution 300 dpi, and I'm going to be working at this millimeters version. Okay, so looking at our layers up here, we've got the guide, so that's obviously the guide, the print guide over here. We've got the info, which is this over here, which is that there. And we want our artwork to be placed on this layer over here. I mean, we can make more layers if we want to, because we're going to be sticking this into Photoshop at the end of it, but let's get started. So I am just going to get our design open here, the one I've been creating. So I'm just going to get it open. Okay, so this is what I've created. It's quite nice and square, sort of. I know it's circular that we're looking at, but it'll fit in that shape quite nicely, as you can see, as well as other things I'm going to be creating with them. So I am going to just select everything here. Obviously that was the size we were looking at, is 104 as a total size there. So I need to just select everything here. So just you can see I just dragged the marquee over it. I'm going to size this currently because we've got this little bit of a black space around it. I'm going to go 115, making sure that this little bit here is clicked on, that constrained proportions, because it'll keep everything in proportions when I scale it down. Okay, so I'm just going to copy that. So Command C, head over to our template, make sure I've got my layers selected over here on this Printify file, and I'm just going to go paste, and it should paste in some way. There we go. So there's our design. I'm just going to close our other file over here just to stop lag and drag. Okay, so I don't want this purple bit on here, so I'm just going to open up this guide layer and just, where is it saying the info here? So I'm going to switch that off. Right, so that's off. Let's just grab our black background here. So I'm going to grab this black background and I'm going to put it right, so you can see how I'm dragging it in, make sure it's snapping to those edges. Now that should be that size, that this is in inches at the moment. I'm just going to quickly change this to millimeters so I can see. So whatever you're working in, just keep it in the same. So I'm changing to millimeters, 104.48, 104.48, and I think that's what that size was, 104.48. Yep, that's right. Okay, so that's our black background all the way to the edge, exactly what we want it to be, bled over to the side, and that's what we're looking for. Now I'm just going to take our design here and stick it in the window. Okay, obviously if you don't want yours to be cut off, you see this corner over here, that is outside the safe area. I'm going to play it unsafe, and I'm actually going to drag mine, and I want it to bleed over the edge. Likewise for these little bits over here, I want that to be bled off. Okay, I don't mind if those actually get cut off or not on this. I'm not too fussed, just as long as this little bit here actually fits in this little text. That's cool. So what we could actually do is we can scale this up. Now you know the scaling skills, Alt and Shift, and make it nice and big. Okay, so I really wanted to fill this image up here, our device up, so I'm just going to put it there. So let's quickly get our artwork set up so we can upload it. So our size is 104.48. So I'm just going to select everything here. So you see I'm just dragging over our artwork area. That's all it will select. Everything else is locked. So I'm just going to copy that, go across to Photoshop, make a new document. I'm going to have to put it on the side of here so I can read what we're doing. So we want this set on millimeters, and I'm going to go 104.48. okay, so that one should be 104.48, and we want the resolution to be 300 dpi. Okay, so we want that high, and RGB is fine because this is going to be a JPEG or a PNG anyway. Naturally those are RGB, so I take it that's going to be okay. And I'm going to click create, and up pops our new white artboard. Now that we've got our artwork still in our actual clipboard, if we just go Command V and paste and say Smart Object, because then we can still scale it up, and just hit enter again, that is perfect. There's no white on the edges of those, and that's what I'm looking for. So I'm just going to go File, Save As. I'm not going to do a web save as. I'm going to go and save this as a JPEG and click. So this is going to be CRYPTO Crypto Cult, and I'm going to say Charger 1, and I'm also going to give it a 1 just in case we have to come back and we do want to change anything. We know this is Crypto Charger 1. Okay, and click enter. We want this file to be maximum. Okay, you can see all my settings there, and I am going to say okay. Right, so that's that one done. Let's move on to the sock template next and get that open. So just double click, yep, do that slicing and go okay. So up pops our sock template. So we've got the left foot and we've got the right foot. So exactly the same as what we had at the previous version, where we had the safe area within the green, the bleed area up here. What have we got? The print area right to the edge. I take it that's slightly hidden under this red area, so that's the full. Yeah, okay, cool. So what I'd like to do with this is, if we take the design that we made last time, our little skull logo, and bring that in. So I'm just going to go and get that open for us. And what we're going to be doing, we're going to be putting this on a black background. So I do like the simplicity of this version rather than this line, because obviously when we DTGing this and the lines are going to be very small, I would watch out for these tiny little white lines going around here. So I'd just be cautious of those. So anything thicker, that's what I'd kind of look for. So I'm actually going to select this design here that we've done. So I'm going to copy that. And I'm actually going to make a new page for this. And let's make a square of, let's say 300 by 300, and we get our white page up here. So I'm just going to paste in our design very simply, and let's just push this off to the side here. Now we are going to have a black background, so I'm just going to go over here with my layers palette, click on this, make a new layer. I'm going to take that layer and put it on the bottom, double click it and call it background, okay, because that's going to be our background. And our background, obviously we want our background to be black, and I'm going to go all this way down to here and make sure that's 300 by 300 so you can see the width and the height, and make sure this is our black color. Okay, now I am going to lock this layer so it doesn't get in our way, so we can't select it anymore while we do our pattern. We are cracking here. So to create our pattern, I'm just going to get my square or rectangle tool up again, and I'm going to draw another 300 by 300 block. Okay, and I'm actually going to make this a 300 by 300 block red. Okay, so making sure that's 300 by 300. Now Illustrator has this really cool feature. We don't need no calculators no more. It does it all by itself. So you can see over here it says 300 by 300. Just go to the end of one of those, making sure that this here is switched on, so it doesn't have that line through it. I'm going to click that and you can see it's linked. So at the end of the 300, I'm just going to go divide by 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do 5, and basically that will give us 5 blocks going horizontally, 5 blocks going vertically, just like that. So let's select our design over here, just the scale part. I am going to pop him right there and size him down. I'm going to size down, just size it down. Okay, so size him down to somewhere around there. Now let's pop him there, just bring him to the top. So Command Shift, close square bracket, bring him up. Select both your design and your block. So I'm going to select both of those, head over to the line function and just click on this horizontal one and this vertical one over here. So they're just basically aligned to the center of one another. And it's as simple as that. Then let's group these to make this really easy. So click this one, shift select this red block. So we've got both of them selected and group them. Command G. Okay, so that groups them. So when we select anything here, it just selects that entire object. Now I'm going to align this all the way to the left hand side. So I'm going to click on that button and then all the way to the top by clicking on this button here. And up it pops to the top. So now when we select that little edge over there, so you can see I'm going right to this corner of here. I'm going to click, hold Alt and Shift and snap it right to that point there. Cool, just like that. Then I'm going to go Command D, 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 right, to just duplicate all of that. Likewise for going vertically this way. So I'm going to select all of those here. As I go over this one, I'm going to go back to this corner over here, click on that, hold Alt and Shift, snap it right there. Getting a little bit of that black line, I don't want that. So I'm going to zoom right in. Okay, just somewhere around about there. I am going to Shift select this one to deselect it, and then I'm going to hover right over that corner again, click, Alt, Shift and drag, make sure it snaps right to that point. So you can intersect line, there we go, intersect, drop it. Okay, now we haven't got that black line in the middle there. Then just go Command D, Command D, Command D, and that should be all of our blocks there. Okay, obviously we don't want all the red behind it, and we can just eliminate that by, we can use our one tool. I never really use my one tool, I'm just not used to it. All I ever do is just go A to get my direct selection tool, select the red color, go select, same, and fill color, and just go backspace, and it's gone. So there we go. So now we've got our basic pattern set up here. But I'm going to go a little bit further. I'm going to select every odd one. So this guy over here, I'm going to select him. I'm going to go R and hold Shift and just do a 180. Same with this one here, R 180. Let's get this one here, R 180 it. Select this guy, R 180 it. Select this one, R188. Now, of course, we could have done these two rows first of all and rotated them if we wanted to around, but we didn't do that. So we're going to be looking at this one here to rotate that one. Let's rotate this one. It definitely would have been quicker to do it the other way. Rotate this one. Rotate this one. Sometimes you learn as you go along. So now because we've done the blocks and we've aligned these to the center, the width, there's the distance between this point here and this point here will basically be this distance from here to here. Likewise, this distance here will be half the distance. So that's half the distance of this here. So let me just get rid of this. So basically when we select everything here, and if I just unlock our background for now, if I select everything here, okay, and just select that corner, click and drag, pop it there, rotate this around, you'll see it continues this area over here. So that size over here between this cheek and that cheek is the same distance from this cheek to that cheek. So we've got a nice repeat smooth effect going. One very important thing is nobody knows what the hell this is about. Okay, so I'm going to actually go back here. I'm going to delete all of this, everything we've just done. Whoosh. And I need to get our crypto logo. I want this text. Okay, I'll take that text, copy that, close that, don't save that. And I'm going to paste this in here. Just paste it twice by mistake. And I am going to put this right in here. Okay, so I want that like here. I'm going to delete that bit over there. I want another one maybe here. Okay, so I'm going to put this one over here and delete this one here. Let's take this one and I'm going to rotate this top one. Okay, and yeah, that's cool. I'm going to slightly push that up a little bit. Right, so there's our pattern that we can be used to repeat over and over and over again, whatever we want. It's got our branding, our text on there, so we know that it's ours, and we've got our little logo there. So let's just select that. So I'm just going to drag everything there, group it, copy it, and let's head across to our sock template where we can pop this in. Likewise with our other template, we've got our guide. So this is our guide probably for our left, and this is our guide for our right side. And our design goes left and right on here. So first things first, let's just concentrate on the left one because basically these are going to be exactly the same. So once we've done one, we can just duplicate it for the other. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go here and I'm going to switch off this info bit so we can see our area. So I'm just going to paste our design, make sure we're on our layer that we want. So just close it down. We're on this layer over here. Go Command V. And in comes our design. Now what I want to do is, this is going to be, if I look at this one, 254 by 444. So 254, that's 300. So if I just select our artwork, I'm going to hold shift and select and just drag it in. Okay, so just drag it in. Now I don't mind this being cut off because it's going to be a pattern anyway. So I've just scaled it. I've just scaled it all the way in. So I'm just going to duplicate our artwork, exactly what we did in the previous stage. Is click this top corner, click and drag, Alt and Shift, snap it there, and it's just rotate around R and flip it upside down. Okay, so there's our repeating pattern. Now it did say that we only needed 254 by 444.84. Whew, that's a tongue twister. So I'm just going to get a rectangle tool. I'm just going to draw a rectangle here. I'm going to take this constraint off and I'm going to go 254 by 444.84, enter, and that is the size that we're looking to do. So if we just go to align, and I'm going to go here, align to artboard, make sure that bottom one's selected, center horizontally, center vertically. Okay, I'm going to just, you can see I'm just literally dragging a selection over those two, and I'm going to do Command 7, which I don't know actually where that is. Command 7 is clipping mask, make, there we go. So make it, you're going to be making a clipping mask. Watch what this does. Everything basically gets clipped into that shape we just made. So once we're happy with our artwork here, let's just copy this, get it over to Photoshop, make that JPEG and get it uploaded. So let's select this, copy, go across to Photoshop, Command New, and we are looking not at pixels, I'm looking millimeters, and we are looking at that 254 by 444.84. Resolution is 300. Okay, and RGB, that's all good. So click on create and up pops our white window. Now we can just go edit and paste. I'm going to leave this on smart objects so that when we scale it up, it still keeps its vector creativeness, goodness, should we say, and holding Alt, clicking and dragging, just going to take it right to the edge, just bringing that down. It should snap to place. Now what we need to do is head back over to Printify. So just go up to Printify that we have, and we are looking at number 1. We can look at this wireless charger. So I'm going to click on the wireless charger, select that, and we're going to go start designing again. Now that we've got our artwork ready, all we need to do is add our design. So click on the add our design. I'm going to go to my device. Obviously you can link it to your Dropbox or whatever you want, and just click on our charger. So click on the charger, go open, upload that. Okay, it's adding it to the library. So the library is also something we can keep on going back to and pulling. And so if we had something else that was square, we can just go straight back to that on the Printify website, keeps it in our library, and we can just reuse it as long as it fits within our specs. Always check your specs. Right, so that's how it is over there. Now another cool feature on Printify is we don't even need to take pictures anymore. If we click on preview, you'll see it generates all these images here. Got a few different ones. We've got the context 1 and context 2. So these are the things that we could use on our website. So you can see how cool this looks over here. It actually gives a representation of what our design is going to look like. And you can see from, I'm just clicking on this other image here, you can see from our design how mine kind of drifts off to the edges and everything. I'm happy with that. Make sure that yours is, if you want yours to be in the area, make sure that it is within that green zone. Very important. You gotta make sure it's within that green zone. But another recommendation is, if you know the size you're printing this, always print it out on your home printer or your office printer, whatever you're printing out. Just do a little mock-up and print it out to make sure that you can read all this little writing over here. Make sure you can read that all. Make sure you're happy with the size that you're printing. So once you're happy with all that, I'm just going to go save product. I'll save that product, and we are wanting Crypto Clothing Co. enable automated routing. So there it has created that. Now I'm going to go back to the catalog and go back to socks. And we selected these DTG socks right here. So this is the exciting one. And I'm going to go start designing. And here's our window with our socks. So exactly what we did with the last version. I'm just going to add our design. Okay, my device, and find our socks, upload our socks. And that's the left leg sorted, or the left foot sorted. I'm going to head over to my right foot, which says right leg. And I'm just going to go over here where it says your design, add that layer. Now this is already in our library. So as I said before, it saves it to our library. So instead of having to go to my device, you go my library. There's our crypto socks. Click on that and it populates them. Now let's see what this preview is going to look like. So I'm just going to click on preview, make sure it all looks good. Mixing the paint. Oh, look at that. Okay, cool. Let's get to these lifestyle ones. Let's check how this one looks. Dun, 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 dun. Oh yeah. Doesn't that look cool? Yeah, that's sweet. Sweet. Okay. I like the crypto text here and there. Man, that looks really, really cool. Save the product. So we've gone and created a pattern version for our socks. Now we could use that for other different things as long as it's like a full print area. And we've got a basic one for the wireless charger where we popped our logo on there, and it looks pretty cool. So it's up to us now to go and select a few different items. I'm liking that they've got the phone cases. They've got those bottles and tumblers. They've got pillows. I mean, this is going to be really cool. Right, so I'm going to go add in a whole bunch of other products. We covered a lot in this episode, so if you made it to the end, hey, thumbs up. And don't forget to give the channel a thumbs up too. So basically what we're going to be doing in the next one, we are going to be now setting up the integration with Printify into a web platform, which is going to be really interesting. Obviously we're going to have to brand it up and use our branding in some sort of a way, so we're going to try to figure all that out. But don't forget to hit that subscribe button, smash the like button, and until next time, keep on creating, and I'll catch you on the next one. I'm out of here.